So we're back at Bridge Street West today. Been pretty interesting over the past few months. I know we haven't posted in a while, but we're back. So we're currently just finalising bank funding now so we can get the development funded and the building built, demolished, the rest of it. We're just working through that bit, so I'll update you as we go on. But we're getting close to finalising that now. We've got terms from the bank. But we're going to film all of that. We're going to film the whole demolition, the groundworks and superstructure, everything. We're going to film the whole build right through to getting it let, and you're going to see the whole process. Another thing I wanted to discuss was that I've decided to document my first £100 million in property. So at the moment my GDV is not far from there in total. So I'm creeping up on that number very quickly. But my goals are to be well in excess of that number. And it starts with a B. Big deals only. So the intention now is to no longer work on these. Now I'm going to say small deals. To some of you, you're going to be thinking that's not small, and to a small selection of you that are probably working on a lot bigger deals, then you're going to probably think that's not big. But I'm going to start focusing my time on £10 million GDV deals only. So that means what the development will be worth once it's built, once it's let operational, what's the value of that. The ones I'm going to be working on from now on will be 10 million. Just because it's the same amount of time it takes to do a 300 grand deal. You know, you've still got to go down the process of finding a site to build a property that you want. You've still got to get planning, you've still got to get the architects involved, potentially a planning consultant. I mean, a small house is classed as a minor application, it's not a major application, but there's still a lot of work involved in that. You've still got to then get funding if you go into the bank to get your funding if you're not paying for it in cash. A lot of the processes are the same. I know people that are working on a lot bigger deals and it's the same thing. They can be working on a 500, 600, 700 bed student scheme, and it's the same work involved in a 200 bed student scheme. So it makes sense to do the bigger deal because the dynamics are the same, but you get more of a return. There's more return, there's more money to be made, better use of time. So I'm going to be doing that, minimum 10 million GDV, but I'm most certainly looking to do 20, 25 plus, and I'm going to document that. And another reason why I think it's really interesting and fun to do this and document my first £100 million in property development, the big stuff, is it provides credibility to investors that I work with that come in and invest in my deal, JV partners, banks that want to fund and they want to know about track record and what developments have been completed previously and can you overcome the challenges of a development. So that'll be interesting when I just say to the bank, just go check my YouTube. Future generations, be good for my kids and my kids' kids, hopefully, to look back and hopefully they can leverage off my experiences and see what I did and hopefully do way more than I'm able to do in my lifetime. So I think that's it. Family, future generations, banks, investors, JV partners and myself to have a look back. Really looking forward to it. For some reason, travellers, I'm going to call them, have parked on the green space that's just outside of this accommodation. Obviously they're not allowed to do that, they've been kicked off before. Hey, that's what they do. But if you look over here, this is a new deal that I've done. So I've got an agreement to buy this site. I'm going to go out and get planning permission for a co-living scheme. We're hoping to get up to 200 bed spaces. So co-living, if you don't know what co-living is, it's almost like a student accommodation for young professionals. So generally they're aged between 18 and 34. They work in professional jobs in a career, usually in the city centre, and they're looking for a social lifestyle. So they're looking for people to relate to, people of similar ages, similar interests. Maybe they've just graduated from university and they're looking for a more social way to engage with people through the communal facilities that are available. Think of student accommodation. And it's not student accommodation, it's co-living. You've got shared facilities, you've got your own ensuite bathroom, there's a shared kitchen, private dining areas that you can hire out, games room, cinema room, maybe a sauna. It's essentially an apartment complex with a huge amount of communal space. So it's going to be so interesting and cool to work on a project like this and bring this to Birmingham. Should be the first one in Birmingham as far as I'm aware, so it's something I'm very excited to be working on. So the building I currently own is where we're building a student accommodation block, so that's been demolished. Backing onto that building, this building I already own, backing onto it is the deal that I'm doing across, which is a site that goes across my building plus the neighbours on either side, so it's quite a long building. We're hoping to get 6 or 7 stories of accommodation. And again, like I said, that's going to yield up to 200 beds. It's in a great location. We're 5 to 10 minutes walk from the Jewellery Quarter, 15-20 minutes walk from the city centre. You may be a young lecturer, a young academic that's graduated and you've gone on to start teaching at Birmingham City University, Aston University. So you're looking somewhere to mix with other professionals and still have the social aspect whilst being able to maintain the independent life that you want by having your own ensuite and your own facilities in your room. And maybe you're against or prefer not to live in the HMO, which sometimes are a bit further out from the city centre and require public transport, driving in to get in. You're going to be getting a much better standard of accommodation and a much better lifestyle and living through the facilities, the gym on site. It's going to be really an amazing place to live. I'm going to start showing deals early on as well, so I'm going to start showing it from finding the deal, the site, whether that's for a sourcer, for an agent, off market, for me walking around and finding it. I'm going to show you the start bit, or how I found a deal, at least if it's not recorded at the time, which is probably unlikely. And then I'm going to take it right through to documenting the planning process and then getting it funded, built and operational. So you're going to see it right from the beginning right through to when tenants move in, so it's going to be mad exciting. And I'm looking forward to just doing it so I can look back myself in a few years and be like, wow, I'm so happy that I documented the process of that, because there's so many things that you forget along the way, and it'll be a nice reminder. This isn't a 10-year project, we're in a 5-year project, so I'm looking to do this as fast as possible. So me going from pretty much 0 to 100 million and the new big development deals, it's all going to be shown within a very short video. I won't say how long, but as fast as possible. Big deals, so big deals only, and my first 100 million